morning and welcome to Sunbury Community Radio. It's Jack here as usual. This morning we'll be discussing a potential new development for our great community. It comes after Plan Melbourne report was introduced in 2014 by the state government, outlining a long-term vision for housing, increasing jobs and livability, integrating public transport and infrastructure, and addressing climate change across Greater Melbourne. This has impacted our community and has led to significant growth in the Sunbury region. To discuss this further today, we've got a panel of experts in the studio from various organisations with key interest in Sunbury's future growth. Here we have Sharon Knoll, our local planner from Hume Shire Council. There you go, say hello, Sharon.
Hi.
Jane Chang, a senior property developer from Coolridge Constructions.
Morning.
And Karen Smith, a senior economist from Lake Consulting.
Good morning.
So we'll start here. Jane, what would be your ideal vision for Sunbury in the next 10 to 20 year growth phase? What can we expect to see?
Thanks for having me here today, Jack. As a voice for Coolridge Constructions, I can tell you we hope to play a huge part in seeing Sunbury grow into a new residential hub with the improvements of current infrastructure and utilities such as schools, healthcare, community and education facilities, all of which we know will be invaluable to Sunbury's growth. At current urban growth rates, we're certain it will become a key factor in Plan Melbourne's attempt to create agglomeration economies.
Yeah, how can you be sure of this? As developers, what are your priorities?
Well, as a development company, we're going to work together with all community stakeholders to create a new highly attractive and livable city centre in the south of Sunbury. Our main priorities for residential development, in which we will house up to 70,000 new occupants and be a pivotal factor in the urbanisation of Melbourne's northern suburbs. Utilising the beautiful natural looks you have here, Sunbury will become a highly desirable region with a plethora of new employment opportunities throughout and at the end of the redevelopment.
Well, as good as you're making this sound, isn't this just aiming at a residential development? Wouldn't that create problems?
Well, as well as residential, we hope to develop many warehouse and office buildings to encourage corporate businesses north of the city. This will help reach our target of 10,000 new employment opportunities in the Sunbury development area.
All right. How does this compare to other areas in Melbourne? It sounds like huge growth for Sunbury. Are there similar communities around Melbourne that have experienced the same thing?
Well, one shire that has a great example of urban sprawl is Wyndham Shire. We've heavily researched the shire where significant urban sprawl has taken place, and will definitely continue to evolve over the next 10 or so years, as evident through its strong land sales and keen developer interest. The expanding urban growth zone will see Wyndham gaining a significant and expanding commercial, community and residential network.
I'll just butt in there if I can. Do you have any facts to back your data up? As an economist, I'm concerned that you're going to be wasting our money.
As a matter of fact, this sprawl has been incredibly successful, with residential growth of 2,500 homes per annum, a number of new schools and a $553 million infrastructure boost. We are certain Sunbury can follow this successful trend.
Well, as a resident of this community, it worries me that there'll be a huge wave of new residents and we won't be able to keep up with the infrastructure upgraded needed to cater for everyone. Sharon, considering your position and influences on the growth of Sunbury, will development like these be beneficial for our community?
Well, that's right, Jack. As a local resident of this community as well, my main concern is that the needs of everyone in the area are met, and that's why I do believe the proposed plans will do so. A key issue of ours is ensuring that there are amenities and community centres and shopping centres that will adequately support the growing number of residents in the area in the future. More importantly, we believe these developments will benefit the community, as we expect any potential developers will be required to significantly contribute to the improvement of transport linkages. Upgrades, something that Sunbury will be needing for a long time and will no doubt require for future developments such as Jane's.
Well, what would you like to see from developers such as Jane? With all new residential developments, I'm sure there'll be a huge number of families joining our community. Where will these children be able to go to school? I need to know that I can get work without sitting in traffic for 20 minutes in the middle of town.
Well, no one wants that, Jack. And as with any development, we expect a good chunk of contributions will be put towards improving the linkage network throughout Sunbury and surrounding towns such as Melbourne and the nearby Tulla Airport. A key issue addressed during discussions with potential investors includes the development of future transport links, identifying the creeks that require crossing upgrades to ensure the safety of our residents, and improving the capacity of the main roads that lead into the town centre. All these are important when discussing urban sprawl, as our residents will no doubt want quality and ease when it comes to the access of these proposed amenities and community centres.
Yes, Jack, I'm not sure if you're aware, but I know our planning department has been in extensive discussions with the council, and nothing will go ahead as a final plan without lengthy community consultation. All aspects of population growth, including transport and congestion, will not be ignored.
Well, that's exactly right, Jane. In 2013, figures have shown the number of cars on our roads had almost reached 30,000. This number will significantly increase after the activity centre has been developed and the population growth, as mentioned by Jane, is expected to increase. If these planning aspects aren't taken seriously, the quality of life and current lifestyle we have in Sunbury will be jeopardised.
No, most definitely. To its residents, though, one of the greatest qualities of life is Sunbury's parklands and open space. The tree-lined streets and the creeks running through the residential areas give it more of a natural feel to the area, somewhat valued by locals. How will our natural environment be protected? We want our riverways, we want our environment protected, and I worry that this large development may compromise the natural ambience of Sunbury.
Well, as seen in Wyndham, the parklands and natural spaces will not be compromised, as we will be building around them and taking care to ensure they are protected and, in many instances, highlighted as interactive spaces between residents and the natural environment.
I understand where your concern is coming from, Jack, but as with what Jane has said, I assure you we've taken into consideration these points and will ensure no necessary linkages will be built throughout these areas.
Well, Karen, you've been a bit quiet here. In terms of the economy, what are the effects going to be on this urban sprawl approach?
Oh, well, thank you, Jack. I've just been weighing up all the points that have been made. Now, urban sprawl poses many issues regarding the community and the economy. The main concern that comes to mind once listening to Jane's development proposal is not meeting the new occupancy levels of 70,000 residents. How do we expect people to become instant residents? Having said that, if the development is implemented with much consideration of the current community needs and allows for increase in job opportunities, it can create a desirable suburb and one that is an attractive environment to live in.
What will be more desirable about Sunbury, given that it's already on the urban fringe and is already a hub for surrounding rural areas? Will the sprawl emphasise more on Sunbury as a major economic hub for the northwestern district of Melbourne? I'm worried that there'll be a lot of people living here with not enough jobs, and unemployment will grow. The youth in our community need places with employment opportunities.
Well, I hear your doubts there, Jack, but as Sunbury's employment opportunities will increase, allowing residents from fringing suburbs to work closer to home. With addition to linkages to Sunbury, the desire to travel to Melbourne CBD will decrease. Therefore, increase in availability of jobs will not only benefit residents of Sunbury, yet surrounding rural suburbs, and lay emphasis on Sunbury as a major economic hub for the northwestern district of Melbourne. Over time, with more employment opportunities, this will see new residents move into Sunbury, as the desire to work close to home will be an attractive proposal. Although it may not be an immediate economy boost, I believe the development will be financially positive in the long term, similar to the Wyndham Shire.
What aspects of this urban sprawl do you believe will be financially positive?
Well, as the population of Sunbury grows, there'll be more money entering the local economy from residents and new businesses in particular. This increase in customers will significantly benefit our existing small businesses and retailers. I think sprawl will be a good thing for Sunbury.
Oh, there's no doubt. I'm sure it will be over time. But in the meantime, will the great community feel we're at risk here? Sunbury is a great place for families as it is. How's the average family even going to boost the local economy?
Well, after much thought, the development proposed by Jane is family friendly, and I draw this conclusion because Jane emphasised that no natural spaces will be compromised. This is a community that will be desirable for young families to live in, and with the addition of schools, healthcare facilities and parkland to name a few, I think it will become a community that offers a lot to its residents. This will go towards boosting the economy as young families can raise their kids and their kids will have the availability of job opportunities close to home.
Well, guys, thanks for your great insight into this development proposal. It sounds like there's a lot for Sunbury to look forward to in the coming decades. Do you guys want to say goodbye?
Thanks,
Thank
Jack.
you.
Yeah.
Bye.
No worries.
Thanks. I'll see you on the weekend at the pub.
Oh, cheeky. All right, and now to take us out, here's a classic from my boy Justin Bieber, Baby.
Oh, 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 oh. You know you love